let's go.
Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing, yeah.
Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. It lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
To the top, and this music was my ticket. Found a way to grind, turn a passion to a business. No limit, I'ma get it, having millions as a witness. I'm addicted to winning, living up every single day. I'll be fighting and building up in a million different ways. I don't think I can stop, I think I need the chase. I love the race, and I'm running till I'm first place. Long nights, long flights, I'ma make it big. Big dreams, big sights since I was a kid. Doing things that I like, let the pieces fit. I like the pain, feel alive when I'm under it. I could change, adapt, do what I need to. All these obstacles, they look and see through. Don't let the anger out, just let it feed you. I'll see you at the top, just let me teach you.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller. Move forward in the battle like soldier. In the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight on. Yeah, I got a different motive. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS, I got all the voters.
They be like, really? You got a milli from doing something silly? I'm like, chilly, I've been killing for decades now, Billy. Well, maybe like 7 years, but who's counting really? I just know how to turn something silly into a milli. Got a lot to say, and a lot need to hear it. You don't quit today, we don't stop, no, we feel it to the top. Yeah, we change our whole world, yeah, we steer it. Getting lost in the things that make us unworth hearing. No, I'm I'm the first one to turn up, learn stuff, but mostly I'm just in the lab getting work done. Cause the bills on the first, they still worth some. I never forget being broke, man, it hurts, son. But not as bad as not having any purpose. I took stabs, this and that, and it's working. But I still grind every day for that thirst. It's a curse being first, yeah, still gotta get my work done.
Yeah, I'ma be a high roller, move forward in the battle like soldier, in the game like closer. I'll be at the top of the chain, straight owner. Yeah, I got a different motive. I don't need any help, I'm a loner. You'll be seeing my name on posters. You could call me POTUS, I got all the voters. Let me get my head straight, I need a drink of water. It's been days I've had a headache. Don't wanna wake up one day, feel like I regret things. I want my story just to have a happy ending. And I don't got a plan B, a plan A's all I need. Took the ships from the sea and burnt them all, no retreat. It's kill or get, eat, and get buried with the seeds. But that makes me feel free, hella focused on my dreams. I got habits, they're established. I'm doing things a bit manic, but I can handle it. Juggle this, juggle that, struggle here, lose some cash, win and lose, make it back. You can choose your own path, nothing good comes fast, nothing fast ever lasts. So I'll be patient but attack, every day like it's my last. Push the pedal to the gas, burn the fuel that I have. Start a fire, light a match, I ain't never looking back. So plant hard in your feet, there's no retreat. Burn the boats on the shore till they're buried underneath. There ain't no going back. Forget the past out of desperation. Are the people born who can last? There's no retreat, but believe you got it in you. You can do anything that you think that you need. Don't be scared, go succeed. The only people who compete are the ones who don't retreat. Feel unstoppable, ain't responsible to try to make all the impossible go flip to probable. This life is not something that's optional, it's got its obstacles, but it's a gift. So don't miss out on your chance to be phenomenal. Push all the chips in, I take risks cause risky wins. I take it straight to the chin, then get right back up again. I don't lose, I always win, cause any loss is a lesson. I got a different engine, wanna go, I'll go again. I'm on the chase while they running, call the plays that are coming. Turn a profit out of nothing, like a prophet up and coming. Taking shots, I'm always gunning. When I gamble, never bluffing. Last shot, I'll be clutching. Hit the shot they always wanted. Game winners, train killers. I can make 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures. Pay for any fucking dinner. Paint a picture, life richer. Good people, good liquor. Life bigger, fight winner. I just wanna get there quicker. So plant hard in your feet, there's no retreat. Burn the boats on the shore till they're buried underneath. There ain't no going back. Forget the past out of desperation. All the people born who can last. There's no retreat, but believe you got it in you. You can do anything that you think that you need. Don't be scared, go succeed. The only people who compete are the ones who don't retreat. I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not
Let's go!
that you would wanna cross.
I move quietly, like a shadow, there's a dark side to me. I work privately, to go build and create my own dynasty. A new rivalry, it emerges ever so silently. But I got fight in me, so I'll squash anything that's trying me. I'm like, me versus you, I hope that you know what you're getting into. I got nothing to lose, so you better watch out, can't predict my moves. I'll make you irrelevant. I don't stop till I'm at the top settling. I live here like a local resident, and you know I ain't selling it.
I won't stop, I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not someone that you were born to cross. I won't stop, I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not someone that you would want to cross. I won't stop, I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not someone that you would want to cross.
Round two, I gotta screw loose. I'll work all night if it's what I gotta do. Who needs sleep when the caffeine's brewed? I don't fatigue, I just have to move. I don't work with others, they just slow me down and my progress suffers. It's not you, it's me, but really I just work much better when I'm free. I don't do things for the hell of it, I do things that I do for the benefit. I make moves that'll make me relevant. I've been telling them, you just gotta work hard, play hard, punch that race card, move fast, take charge, do that, make art, move past fake cards, lose that hate card, and never give up when the gun goes, race start.
I won't stop, I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not someone that you would wanna cross. I won't stop, I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not someone that you would wanna cross. I won't stop, I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not someone that you would wanna cross. I won't stop, I'm here to get what I want. I'm not lost, I'm here to make it to the top. I'll take a shot, I'll overpower any boss. Cause I am not someone that you would wanna cross. And I'll haunt your nightmares. Little did you know that I like fear. When you turn, I'll be right there. You should be afraid, you should be scared. Out of the darkness, out of the fear, here comes the monster waiting in there. Heart rate is rising, some call it scared. You'll feel the chill start raising your hairs.
It's too late, you're here now. I hope that you're prepared, cause there's no getting out. You can feel the energy, dark like a cloud. Electrified by panic, terror and doubt. Don't cross me, or you'll learn quick the hard way that I'm not one to mess with. I got a mind, and that mind's full of mean tricks. I'll plant a seed in your head where the fear will stick.
And I'll haunt your nightmares. Little did you know that I like fear. When you turn, I'll be right there. You should be afraid, you should be scared. We're all alone, you're on your own. It's you and me who's going home. Look up, cause I'm right here. Welcome to a real life nightmare. Push all your dreams. A demon preys on the weak. You better watch out for me. Mistakes were made, you will see. You should've never crossed me, cause now you'll never stop me. Revenge was my calling. Now you're a dead man walking. And I'll haunt your nightmares. Little did you know that I like fear. When you turn, I'll be right there. You should be afraid, you should be scared. We're all alone, you're on your own. It's you and me, who's going home? Look up, 'cause I'm right here. Welcome to a real life nightmare. Ahead of me, I work so hard for everything. Don't wanna lose my time or my mind on the grind, but I want a better life for me. I do the things I hate to do, just to try to find my way to you. I see you in my mind all the time, visualize, and I hope that I can make it through. I gotta find you. Therapeutic chemistry. I strive to be a part of you. I wanna help the world get through. Sometimes I feel so small against it all, don't know what to do. I just dream of ones and twos. I gotta find you. I gotta find you. I gotta find you. Out of everything that holds me down, I'll scream until I let you down. Ain't nobody gonna stop me now. I gotta find my way. Out of everything that holds me down. Out of everything that holds me down. Out of everything that holds me down. I've been looking for a way out. I'm sick of feeling like I'm way down, stuck in the middle of a large crowd. I just gotta fight and climb my way and then break out. Adrenaline in my system, I just wanna be different, I just wanna be winning. I've had this fight since the beginning, got a mind with no limits, but sometimes I forget it. Look at myself in the mirror, I just wanna see clearer. I could feel a little angst, I'm sick of my life, I just wanna make a change. The world is calling my name. I'm a little afraid, but I need to be brave. Cause when my head is filled with doubt, I just wanna be fearless. Count on myself, no help from anyone else. The bullets fly with the shells. I'm gonna start to rebel and build an army to help. The strongest you've ever felt. I feel a change in the winds. The road is shifting again. It's time to go all in. I'm bringing all of my friends, and now we're playing to win. We ride or die to the end. Look at myself in the mirror, I just wanna see clearer. I can feel a little angst. I'm sick of my life, I just wanna make a change. The world is calling my name. I'm a little afraid, but I need to be brave. Cause when my head is filled with doubt, I just wanna be fearless. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is born.
It's a great honour for you to have me as First Minister. It's undoubtedly a job that's had its challenges in the past, especially when Nicola and Peter ran off with them. Oh, sorry. But it gives me the opportunity to transform the lives of those that live in Scotland. You know, I can make it you wish that you weren't white, that you didn't live in Scotland. I'm setting up 3 critical and interdependent missions for my government, which will make a difference to you, especially you people of Scotland, tackling the issues that matter the most to me. And grasping the opportunities that make me the most money. while really not making much difference to you, maybe bringing you closer to poverty and ruining a few businesses, but not that many. We'll do our best. The first defining mission of my government will be equality, to make sure that the white people of Scotland are nowhere near equal to the people who aren't white. From that, we'll do our best to make sure that you're not kept safe from harm, and that we will increase your poverty and inequality as much as we possibly can. However, it's only with the full economic powers of an independent nation that we can eradicate, equality and non-poverty. So in the meantime, I'll use the best, I'll use the fixed budget we've got and maybe see if I can get some money back for Peter, and the powers we have to screw you into the ground as hard as we possibly can. The second mission of the government is opportunity. That's the opportunity for me to make as much money as I possibly can while making sure the economy fails as quickly as possible. Now, Scotland has this opportunity to be the net zero capital, not just of Europe, but of the whole world. But while we are tied to the UK economy, we won't be able to drag ourselves down fast enough, in this race to the bottom to get there first. So I'm going to try and use all the powers I've got to create a community that doesn't rely on public services, that has the capability of going out there and doing things for itself, like, use Shanks's pony. Don't think about getting a bus, because there won't be any buses. Don't even think about trains, because we've nationalised them, so trains are just going to be off the table pretty soon. We'll just get rid of them completely. So we'll have a strong, vibrant community of non-white people, and hopefully we'll drive the whites away. Obviously, the NHS is doing itself in, so I don't need to step in there. Police Scotland, I'm going to have to cut their funding, because I can't really have them, succeeding in their investigations, especially the ones that are on just now. We might get around to finishing that ferry, but I'd like you to think about a name for it. It's important that you name it, even though it's not anywhere near ready, so that people in Scotland look forward to me as a leader, because I'm great.
Hey, Al, just a reminder, this isn't a democracy, it's a republic. And we're reflective of the people that we represent.
Oh, this is not a democracy.
It's a republic, Al. Look at the Constitution. We're reflecting the people of the 9th District. And again, I just want to make one thing very clear. And I enjoy having this conversation with you.
I enjoy having it too, because I really hope the people in the 9th District know on the next election that they should not vote thinking this is a democracy, that Doug Collins says this is not a democracy. I'll even send you the clip.
There have been many developments in the House investigations into the First Family's international business dealings recently. There's one committee trying to get an FBI file alleging that President Biden took bribes. There's another IRS whistleblower who's alleging there's a cover-up in the investigation. Amid all of this, there was a Harvard-Harris poll this month that found that 53% of the public, including a fourth of Democrats, believe, quote, Joe Biden was involved with his son in an illegal influence peddling scheme. There's, of course, evidence that the president interacted with his relatives, associates from China, Mexico, Kazakhstan, Russia, and Ukraine. So what do you say to the majority of Americans who believe that the president is himself corrupt?
All right, let's go. Let's go. Thank you.
Well, isn't Al Sharpton as thick as two planks, as John just said? Really is.
Yeah.
Good evening, John.
Good evening, Ben. How are you?
Got a really sore throat. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm 100% fine. 5 by 5.
No, I was doing a bit of I was having a bit of fun beforehand, just doing a little bit of a mess about on TikTok, doing a bit of a music stream. Could not catch me breath. and my throat hurts.
Oh, that's a shame. So, how's the level, everyone? Is it okay for audio?
Harold says that intro was done on an SGI supercomputer. No.
No, it wasn't.
No. Apparently, I need a bit more volume, according to Andrew.
Yeah. Okay. How's that?
Don't you worry about it, Shalini. We will get to Disease X. I mean, I might have it. That might be the problem. That may be the issue. But we will get to it. We will get there. Don't you worry about that. Oh, shit.
Pardon? Right.
Already things are going wrong. I've only been here. I mean, I'm glad it didn't explode, but
are you
can of cherry
watching?
Coke still sealed.
Are you watching on YouTube at all?
Yeah.
Do you see the difference in the camera?
Yeah.
So
you look pretty glorious.
This is Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera original.
Yeah, I mean the colours are slightly washed out, but other than that, it's looking very good.
Yeah, well, the colours on the flags look pretty damn good, I think.
Yeah, the colours in the flags do look absolutely wonderful. It's picked them out very, very well. But I mean, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting the look. We're getting the feel. It's all coming together, shall we say?
I'm hoping this camera will last the whole show.
It might do. Who knows? I mean, stranger things have happened. Things have happened. I've just noticed I spent all this time trying to get Ben on camera, and he's not even on camera, so I'm going to have to move him. Give me a sec. I'm just going to move him. I'm going to put him here. He should be on camera here. Okay. Now I've got to find a place to put him. Bit like that. How's that? Is he in frame? Is he in frame? Let's turn the light round. I'm just trying to, you know, at least see him a little bit. There we go. Yeah, well, of course, another pandemic, Vaughan. What do you expect? We'll get there. Don't worry. Stop jumping the gun, right? We're teasing you in. We've just begun. John hasn't even introduced the show yet.
I haven't.
That's where we are.
I know. Do you want me to introduce it?
I mean, I suppose so. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Go on, then.
Welcome to this episode 242. 242 of Jason to Sit Live with me, John, and with Ben.
Yeah, I'ma do shit my way, so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.
I don't know what happened there, but we had a big pause.
Oh dear. That's no good, is it?
Yeah.
It's never any good. Was it like we crashed?
No, we didn't crash. No dropped frames. No
dropped frames.
When I hit the intro to run it, it paused.
Yeah. I mean, Trudy said in the chat, well, aren't I glad I didn't go to Jam for Freedom? So I don't know what you know about this, John, because I don't know if you watched our friend Nick's video.
I watched 2 minutes, 40 seconds off it and then got bored.
Well, Jam for Freedom have had a festival this weekend in Harlow, was it? And I was speaking to a friend of the channel, Nick Cotton, who's done a video on this. I was speaking to him last week, and he was telling me some of the things that they were asking for. Mm-hmm. Like they were asking for his little DJ sound system as if it would do all of the bands.
Yeah.
And I knew at this point.
Is that too much light?
Hold on.
Or should I?
You're looking good.
Or should I turn it down a bit?
I don't know. Better? Well, I can only say you're looking good.
Right. Okay.
But yes, Harold, Jam for Freedom. Well, I don't think Jam for Freedom will be going anymore after this weekend. That's for sure. But they invited hundreds of people. They paid £165 per ticket. That was for your basic weekend camping ticket to bring your own stuff, or over £300 for a glamping ticket, and they got no festival. That's basically what happened. They got no festival. Health and safety shut down the stage and wouldn't let anybody perform on it because it wasn't anchored. They closed off the advertised beach area so the kids couldn't swim. This was health and safety because they were afraid that the unanchored stage was going to get caught in the wind, blow into the beach and lake area and kill kids.
It was,
there was
no
working...
and then there was the generators could roll into the water and electrocute everyone. Yeah, sure they could. Yeah. What a load of nonsense. Health and safety gone nuts.
Well, yeah, yes and no, okay? Yes and no, because, it is a load of nonsense, but these scenarios are possible. They're not plausible.
They're not plausible, no.
But, so they weren't allowed to use their stage. The tent that was supposed to be used for, because they were having speakers as well, so the tent that was supposed to be used for the speakers was allegedly now the band tent, but looks like no bands actually played. Nick did a DJ set for an hour and then put on a playlist and walked off. That's really all that happened. And there are a lot of
food.
Angry people.
No food. Well, they had to use a food tent for the music.
There was one food outlet, John.
Yeah, but they had to use a food tent, so there was nowhere to sit and eat it.
But this was a festival, right?
Yeah.
This was a festival, and the food outlet, the one food outlet at the festival, was the organiser's mum charging £10 for a burger and £7.50 for a pint.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
£10 for a burger.
£10 for a burger, baby.
It's on Odyssey.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nick plays it for laughs or not. I get fed up.
Nick calls the guy that runs Jam for Freedom an outright scammer. Calls him a scam artist, a con man. He's not playing it for laughs. He really doesn't like this guy, and he makes that very clear. And do you know what? I think that after this unmitigated disaster, he should issue his refunds, hang his head, and go quietly into the night.
How much did he charge for it?
£165 for a weekend ticket.
Get out of here.
That was the low cost one. That was if you bought your own tent. That's per person, right? So if you're a family of 4, starts adding up quick, doesn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Over £300 if you wanted one of the set-up glamping bell tents. This was the price of Bloodstock, which is, 20-plus-year-old metal festival. But this is a 20-plus-year-old metal festival with some of the biggest metal bands in the world that come and play. And this is the same price as Jam for Freedom, where the biggest act was some American guy I've never heard of who couldn't get out of the States and never even arrived. So, yeah.
It's just it's a grift, isn't it? It's a grift life.
I think a grift... I think calling this a grift is an understatement. I think this was an outright scam. And I said to Nick, does this guy have, and this was before the event, I said, does this guy have public liability insurance? I doubt it. Right? First of all, I said, any gear that he wants to borrow off you, does he have cover for it? Are you going to be covered or insured if it gets damaged? I doubt it. I turned around to him and I asked him so many questions. And I don't know Sophie. Sophie asked, did Sonia and Shaw mention it on Rise this morning? I haven't watched it yet. But so many questions that he couldn't answer because I could see my red flags were going off. And I said to him, this is going to be an absolute disaster. I said it to him. This is going to be a disaster. It's going to go horribly wrong. And he's got the messages. He can put them out, or if he lets me put them out, I'll prove it. I knew this was going to happen. Apparently, Abby Roberts has just given her take on it, which I will go and watch after the show. This is insane. But yeah, hundreds and hundreds of people. Sonia went for the day. She only went for the day, so she said it was okay.
Yeah,
well, I tell
okay.
You, I was asked if I was going by several people. And
really?
My response was, no.
No way.
Yes, really. Yes, I was asked last couple of weeks, are you going to Jam for Freedom? Are you going for Jam for Freedom? No.
No.
No, I'm okay. Well, yeah, anyway. That's the Jam for Freedom disaster out of the way. I would suggest going and looking at some people, Mad Mix or whatever he calls himself, Mick. He's done a diary, an honest review diary. Basically said it was crap.
Yeah.
And I for one feel really bad for the families. I feel really, really bad for the families because there were families that took their kids there for the weekend. There were also people that were turned away at the gates, even though they had tickets. They were told, no, you can't come in, we're full. So they oversold the event. And then, this was on the first day, right? And then even though they were turned away, the next morning more people showed up and they were let in.
Maybe there were people there with day tickets.
Well, maybe, but if people had turned up and paid the higher price weekend tickets and were told to go away, and then other people turned up and were let in, that's not very fair. That's not very right. And I think a lot of compensation is going to need to be paid out here. But I don't think the guy had any kind of insurance. I really don't. I think he just took a load of cash because even a Jam for Freedom thing, Eric Clapton gave him a van, right? Mm-hmm. And anytime you wanted to donate to Jam for Freedom, it was just like a link to his bank account. You could just donate into his bank account. And his roster of musicians that went around him just kept changing and changing and changing and changing and changing because nobody wanted to continue to do the work for free while he was getting all the money. And this was I think this was one big go at a grift, and it's really, really backfired. Just my opinion.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, Campbell does need to address it. You're absolutely right, Trudy. Campbell needs to address it, and he needs to make it right.
Yeah, well, he's not going to, is he? So.
Of course not. He's gonna run off into the night, isn't he?
Yeah.
And that'll be that.
It's like everybody gets held to account, don't they?
Mm.
I mean, speaking of being held to account, what is this clown Hancock think he is? What's he doing?
Well, I don't know. He's running around on TikTok doing this shit.
Yeah, why? Why? Does he think he's like 18 or something?
Maybe. Maybe he's just having a real midlife crisis.
Yeah, maybe he's having a mental... Well, we can hope. We can hope.
He's having some kind of mental breakdown?
Hey, I never said that.
I'm saying it. I mean, come on. Yes, Shalini, he is. He's walking around on TikTok. He's doing all of this on videos and miming to songs, and he's like...
Yeah, what
on beaches and
the kind of thing
like that.
People did on TikTok like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
People don't do that on TikTok anymore. They just pretend they're NPCs, don't they?
Oh my God, have you seen it?
Well, we had them in the pre-roll a couple of weeks ago, remember?
Yeah, we did, but it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
For me, love.
Oh, big and strong. Big and strong.
Yeah,
Rosie,
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
I was watching, right, so I was on TikTok earlier doing a bit of research to talk about this. And there was a British guy doing this, right? He was a black guy. He was in a wood, just in a wood, against some derelict wall in a wood. And he had his phone set up on a tripod. And he had like a half, fucking ski mask up over his head. And just had his face out. And he was, anytime someone sent him a rose, which is like the lowest price on TikTok, right? He was going, you're on benefits, you're on benefits, you're on benefits. And he was ripping into these people. And yet they kept sending him stuff. And he was being really, really obnoxious and nasty.
You tell me not to be obnoxious and nasty.
So I'm sitting there and I decided to get in chat. And I said to him, I said, look, mate, because obviously he's reading the chat. He's seeing what's coming through on the chat. So I said, look, mate, if there's somebody the other side of the camera forcing you to do this, say roses 3 times. And he turns around, he looks at the thing.
Roses.
Roses. I am wondering if some of these people are just being forced to do this. Are they being forced?
I don't know.
Because come on. You don't. Did you see the one where the guy's doing it in the United States? And the guy's doing it, and his mum comes in and she's looking down the camera and she's looking at him and she's going, "We're getting him psychiatric help. Please stop sending him things. This is not helping. Please, he needs help. This, we're getting him help. Just please stop." She's going down the camera.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, mate. It's crazy.
Well, it is crazy, but it's the world we live in now where, some of the women that do this, make 6+ grand a day.
Just sitting there.
Going, oh, so tasty. Oh, so tasty. Big and strong. Big and strong. Over and over again and just acting like an NPC. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Shalini says, don't download TikTok. Well, people send me that shit on TikTok, They send me those things.
Do
but
TikTok.
I don't talk back to them. But I'll sing them a song or I'll let them choose a song.
Well, Adam brings up a point. He says, what's wrong with TikTok? As in, what the hell is wrong with TikTok? And the question is maybe not what's wrong with TikTok. It's what's wrong with people.
Good question. Good question. Harold says, how is it different from playing a song? Well, when I perform a song, Harold, and I put some effort into performing that song, playing a guitar or actually performing, and people want and have asked to do that, that is almost a transaction. That is a value for value.
It's a creative endeavour.
Entertainment.
It's a creative
endeavour. And
yeah.
do you know how much time and effort it took to learn to sing and to learn to, play a guitar competently and do the two together as well? Because that's not easy, by the way. Like you say, it's a creative endeavour. Yeah, I know my songs aren't worth 10p, Jess. I know. You don't even give me 10p. I know. But still, the point of the matter is, something like that, and I'm not even talking about myself, but I'm talking about I've seen some other brilliant vocalists on TikTok who just sit there with absolutely no audience. And it's really, really shameful that people have put all of that time, that effort into becoming very talented and becoming very adept at doing something, performing. And people would rather sit there watching somebody go, I could set John off on TikTok, just going nom, 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 and he'd make more money than me performing. How sad is that?
It's pretty sad.
Yeah. But that is the world we live in now. Jessie says she's mainly there for the drama of the weeklies. And do you know what? Even though I use that site sometimes, and I haven't been on there for like 2 weeks, I have no idea what she's talking about. I really don't.
I have no idea either. Shalini asks what the teddy bear's name is. I don't have a name for the teddy bear. Perhaps you would like to suggest one.
We put it to you. Name that bear. Was that the bear on the thumbnail?
Oh, the bear.
Or is there an actual... Oh, you've got a teddy bear?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
It came up in conversation a couple of weeks ago, did it not? Remember, I got it for my birthday, from my daughter.
Oh, yes, I do remember.
It looks a bit like... it's got a kind of mask on. It looks a bit like Rocket.
Juju says Dave, says Dreadeye.
Dave the bear.
Does he look like a Dave?
No, I can't call him Dave.
Teddy Face.
No, that's too like, that's just too literal.
Vaughan says, Shalini says, so spicy. They've been watching it, haven't they? They've been watching that shite.
I think they have, mate. I think
Trudy says Theodore. Shalini says Mr. Bear. We could just name him.
You guys are autistic. Mr. Bear.
I know Jesse's not suggesting this, but we could name him.
This is the kind of thing autistic people do. They're very literal when it comes to naming things. Like, you know, dog. What do you call your dog? Dog. What do you call your cat? Cat.
Cat.
You know? Speaking of abusing your audience, what did we find out today, Ben?
Oh, we found out a lot.
Yeah, but where did we find out most of our audience at the moment are listening from?
Well, the vast majority are in London, first of all.
Yeah, but then the rest.
6 of the top 10 cities, you bastards, are in Scotland. 6 of the top 10 cities are in bloody Scotland.
And this is exactly what's wrong.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, Scottish people are tighter than a duck's arse. And
Yes,
that's
they are.
watertight. So
half my family's Scottish, I know that.
That's why we don't get any donations.
No, that's why we're flat broke.
That's why we're relying on the Londiniums and whatever to subsidise the Scottish, as always happens.
Look, if you live in London, you're probably middle class. So
you're certainly better off than I am.
Well, if you're better off than he is, you're definitely better off than I am, because I'm way worse off than he is. On paper, he's probably worse off than I am. On paper.
There we go.
There you go. Say my suggestion for the Teddy.
What was it?
What one? Miserable bastard bear.
No. You can't call a bear that.
You could call him Misery Bee.
No. Does he look? He doesn't
like
look
that.
miserable. He's smiling. That's not very nice. I don't like the way the people are abusing my bear.
Why don't we call him Rupert? Or Jesse says Theodore.
No, that's too literal as well. That's Ted. That's like calling your teddy bear Ted. You people have got no imagination.
That is a good point. He's got a good point there.
That's true.
Okay. I'm gonna chuck my hat in the ring here.
Oh God,
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Bear. Jeremy Bear. I don't like it. It would be shortened to Jeremy, and I can't stand Jeremy's.
I was going to say Jeremy Beardle.
No.
Jeremy Beardle.
No, we're not going down that route. Right, okay, let's move on. Well, you can keep throwing Uncle Bulgarian, and that's just a trope off the Wombles now. They weren't bears, were they? They were Wombles. I don't know what a Womble is. What is a Womble?
A Womble is a Womble. Nobody really knows what a Womble is. Hey, but remember, you're a Womble. Remember, you're a Womble.
The Wombles of Wimbledon coming, are we? No, I'm not calling them Grylls. I don't like Bear Grylls.
No, I don't like Bear Grylls either. He's a bit of a twat, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bear Grylls, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
But you are a twat.
You are a twat. Yeah. I'm not really sorry.
No, we're not really sorry. We're just sorry that you're a twat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy posted a picture of his family yesterday and I goes, I'm so sorry. I says, it's a lovely family, but you've got gingers.
Hey, stay out. No. I love ginger hair. I love it.
Growler. Hey, he's a bit ginger. Could call him Growler.
Ginger Growler.
Yeah.
Call him Ginger Growler, yeah.
Ginger Growler. You a Ginger Growler? I don't know. Maybe. Right, anyway, let's move on. Let's get up to speed here. The ministers have canned the taking of food and lodgings from the compensation payouts for people who have suffered a miscarriage of justice. About time.
Really?
Yeah. And they acted quite quickly, didn't they?
Oh, good.
That's quite good. Because they should never have been taken. I'm going to forcibly incarcerate you, but I'm going to make you pay for it. That's effectively what they were saying. Yeah,
we're going to put you behind bars when you've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make you pay for it.
Yeah. Out of the money that we're going to compensate you for being locked up for, 17 years? For doing absolutely nothing wrong, other than being there. Yeah, so that's I think that's fair. I think that is fair.
Well, it's beyond fair, and it should never have been a thing that they had to do.
No, it shouldn't.
Should never have been a thing that they had to do. But speaking of the prison system, whilst we're on the topic, whilst we're on the subject,
Go on.
Notorious predator, we should say, Ian Watkins from the band Lost Prophets was recently held hostage by 2 inmates for 6 hours.
Forced to give them guitar lessons.
No, they didn't force him to give them guitar lessons. They did it because, despite the fact he did what he did and he's in prison for as long as he's in prison for, the prison lets him give guitar lessons to other prisoners and still march around like he's a rock star, and apparently he does. Right? So these 2 people were like, nah, we're not having any of this no more.
Yeah, well,
so they took Ian Watkins, and the only way it ended was by the prison staff coming in with stun grenades. You should feel bad. You shouldn't laugh about these things, but he did what he did, and his password was what his password was. So I know we're quite early into the show, and I maybe shouldn't drop an F-bomb, but fuck Ian Watkins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Thanks for that, Ben.
You're welcome. I mean, the dude is worthy of way worse.
Yeah.
I mean, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
I've said way worse on other shows, and we've been fine.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Sorry, censorship gods, but
migrants on the barge.
Some are on the barge. Yeah.
They've started putting them into their rooms on the barge. That's quite good. I didn't think they were going to use it. And then Keith comes out and says he's going to keep it when he gets power. If he gets power.
Going to keep the barge.
He's going to keep the barge, and they're going to keep using it.
Do you know what? I'm with the local citizens of where this place is docked, right? They're on a small island with 1 road on and 1 road off.
Uh-huh.
They're putting 500 migrants on a barge. They have no permanent fire service on this small island. They have no hospital.
Yeah.
The people on there are often below the poverty line and using food banks. The government have, basically left this place to go to waste, and the people in it. And all of a sudden, they're putting 500 people on a barge, giving them private healthcare, giving them free hot meals a day, allowing them to go do what they want, giving them festival tickets and things like that. It's like a big FU, isn't it? It's a big FU to the local people around there. And I'm with them.
Yeah, but the whole thing is. But then again, Sunak's saying that he's going to he's talking about shipping them out to Ascension now, isn't he?
I tell you what, this shouldn't even be an issue. If you turn up across the channel via a dinghy, enter the country illegally, and you've got no documentary evidence of a valid claim to asylum, away you go. That should be it.
Yeah.
That should be it.
Yeah.
If you've got a valid claim to asylum and you've got proof that you're being persecuted, that's a different story. That's a completely different story. But if you're coming across the English Channel in a boat from France because you think you can take advantage of the system, which is why people are doing it.
Yeah. And, well, they're right, though. They can take advantage of the system. The system helps them out.
You know what? The more I do this show with you, the more I feel like I'm falling right.
It's not a question of falling right. It's a question of the fact that, I mean, the thing is, it's supposed to be a right-wing government we've got, and we don't.
Oh, that's not a right-wing government.
It's not.
That's a far-left government.
I know.
I don't think that there's such a thing as right-wing in our politics anymore. I really don't. And I don't think either right or left are right or wrong. Once again, every situation comes with its own nuance. But
I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to research the 4th turning.
Right.
And then we'll talk about it on Wednesday. Okay?
Okay.
So there's your homework, people. There's your homework. Research the 4th turning. And we'll talk about it on Wednesday. How's that?
Okay.
It's not just Ben's homework. You get out there and do your research as well. Because as you know, we don't tell you how to think. We don't tell you what to think. We don't tell you anything other than question everything.
I'm just projecting that thought out to people. Like a David Blaine. Question everything.
Jesus Christ.
Question everything.
Sometimes I despair. So I've started my diet and I'm feeling really lethargic tonight.
I was going to say, you look like you're feeling quite miserable.
I am.
Quite
I
tired.
do feel quite miserable.
I feel very
I've put on too much weight.
Yeah, me too. See, me and you are completely in agreement there. Oh, I've packed on the pounds.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And it's this shite's fault.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
well,
this shite's
we both
fault.
know what we're doing. In my case, it's beer and pies. In your case, it's Coca-Cola and
Absolutely,
Red Bull
and it's nothing
stuff.
else.
Yeah.
And it's nothing else. It is the fizzy drinks. If I just take them out, I'll fall back down.
Oh,
and I know
God.
it.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to put a little bit of salt in my water because I've got to keep my electrolytes up. Yeah.
How close are you to the sea?
Well, in Scotland, I think you're never more than 35 miles from the sea in Scotland.
That's fine. Take a drive tomorrow. Get like a 5-gallon drum. Just get some seawater. There you go.
No, you don't drink seawater. That's
I
too
know.
much electrolytes.
I know.
What about that woman that died recently from drinking too much water?
I wasn't aware of such a...
Yeah, apparently she was, she'd been out or something on the beach. You know, it's obviously climate change is the cause, the root cause, because she was out and got hot. And then she drank something like 2 litres of water within 40 minutes.
I've done that before.
Well, she died. Yeah, but you're probably considerably bigger than her.
Yeah, I'm a fat bastard.
But yeah, she drank, I think it was something like 2 litres of water within half an hour or something like that. And, what that'll do is it'll dilute your electrolytes to the point where your heart can stop.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, did you not know that water can be toxic in, too much quantity?
I know you can drown.
That's not toxic.
I did not know that.
Yeah, drinking too much water is just as bad as drinking not enough.
Well, I'm with Adam here. I also can drink that much Coke in half an hour.
That's not water.
Well, its main ingredient is water.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not quite the same, right? She had not drank anything for most of the day, right? And then consumed 2 litres of nothing but water, right? Within 30 minutes, okay? So what she's going to do is she's going to dilute her electrolytes to the point where there's nothing left, and there's nothing left for her heart to run off of. Because your heart's an electrical pump.
I know it is.
I mean, everything in your body's electrical.
Fitted.
Everything's electrical. Your brain's electrical.
That's why
your nerves are electrical. Yeah. So the thing is, if you're sitting in the pub and you're drinking 8 pints of lager, you're going to the toilet and you're peeing, but the lager's got sugar and other crap in it, and salts and things. So you're not diluting your electrolytes, right? You're just consuming too much liquid and your body's getting rid of it, because you know what happens when you start downing the pints. You start running. Once you crack the seal, you're never away from the toilet.
Yeah.
Chaz.
I need to address the chat right now, because there seems to be a campaign going on to name your bear Chaz after chasing descent.
That's not a bad idea. Chaz the bear.
It was Trudy who
I quite like that.
I quite like it too.
I do like that.
It's good.
I think that might be it. It might be it. I like it.
Chaz. Now you need to get another one. Call him Dave.
Chaz and Dis. Chaz. Yeah, Chaz sounds good. We'll call the bear Chaz. It's official. We now have a mascot. His name is Chaz. He wears a mask. And he's got a cape. He's got a cape on.
Got a bloody cape on, of course he has. Like Rupert the Bear. Do you remember Rupert the Bear?
Yeah, I remember Rupert the Bear.
Super Rupert.
Rupert the Bear.
Oh, dearie me.
Do you remember Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men?
Unfortunately, I do.
Do you remember Andy Pandy?
Even more unfortunately, I do. Do you remember?
Wheels
Susie the
up,
Bear,
Looby Loo.
Was it Rosie and Jim? Do you remember Rosie and Jim?
Oh, you know you're getting into the. I do remember Rosie and Jim, but only because my kids would have been watching them or something like that. It's not something I would have watched.
Rosie and Jim.
Oh, they lived in a narrowboat, didn't they?
They did. They lived in a narrowboat. Yes, they did.
Yeah. And then there was, what was that thing? Fraggle Rock?
Oh, no. Fraggle Rock can do one.
Bagpuss. Remember Bagpuss?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bagpuss
My mother-in-law is obsessed with Bagpuss.
Bagpuss and Emily? Was it Emily? Bagpuss
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah. Fraggle Rock. What was the other thing? What, the Riddlers? Do you remember the Riddlers? That was before. That was before Duckface was a thing, wasn't it? Yeah, because they had big pouts.
You know what? My grandmother was round our house yesterday, and we were watching, the Batman, the newest Batman movie with that, vampire kid from Twilight starring Bruce Wayne. And she went, "Why can't they just make them like they used to, when Adam West would swing a punch and the word flap would appear in the air?"
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You old enough to remember that?
Or Batman and Robin, yeah.
Wow.
Pow! Kapow!
Flap!
Yeah. Magic Roundabout, yeah. Magic Roundabout.
Magic Roundabout was an opium trip.
Count Duckula. That was hilarious. Oh, yes. Hilarious.
Oh, yes. The Pink Panther.
Rhubarb and Custard.
Don't remember Rhubarb and Custard.
Oh, Rhubarb and Custard was a scream.
I'll tell you what's not a scream, the fact that we've got more than double the amount of viewers that we do likes. And I am keeping an eye on it. I am noticing people.
I don't know what people are saying now.
Are you not entertained? Are you not? John, let's get back on the news.
Okay, right. Okay, let's get right. So, what about you? Thought the Freedom Jam? What's it called? Jam for
Freedom Festival.
You thought that was a disaster. What about the International Scout Jamboree in South Korea?
The international what now?
The International Scout Jamboree in South Korea. Okay.
What happened?
Well, MSN are reporting that the British contingent had to pack up, and there was like over 500 of them, so over 500 people, right, had to pack up and come home because of the disgraceful conditions of the toilets and the sanitary facilities, which were completely unsanitary. The fact that there was no shade and it was roasting, and then there's now a typhoon on the way, so they've had to close it early. But there was also some allegations that there may have been some sexual impropriety going on as well. So I think the International Scout Jamboree in South Korea is a massive fail. A massive fail.
So it was just thousands upon thousands of Boy Scouts all together in one place.
I guess so. Oh, I mean, if you see the picture, it's just a sea of tents. It's like Cali. Someone said on Twitter, France takes like twice as many refugees as we do, and they don't live in tents. Have you been to France?
I was going to say, the jungle in Calais was forcibly removed by bulldozers and the like. But
no, they don't live in tents.
that literal tent city that was called the jungle in Calais.
Yeah. And that was, what was it? Care for Cali, the organizer was sleeping with one of the refugees.
I believe, isn't she still doing it? Like, maybe not sleeping with one, but maybe she's still doing the whole Care for Calais thing.
I thought you meant she was still doing the refugees.
She might be, you know. I'm not here to discriminate. She might be.
Who are we to judge?
Who are we to judge? If that's what you, if
that's her, if that floats her boat, that's what floats her boat. Yeah,
exactly. we're very liberal here, you know. You whatever floats your boat, whoever floats your boat.
Yeah. So speaking of floating your boat, this didn't. Extinction Rebellion activist stabbed her boyfriend to death as he pleaded with her, following an argument while under the influence of heroin, cocaine, and cannabis.
That part does not shock me in any way whatsoever. Right? That part I can completely believe.
And this was the UK.
Yeah, of course it was.
This was in the UK.
I think that stuff is rife throughout those protests.
She was a law student, I believe, yeah.
And I guarantee you at some point she was standing in the middle of London with her boobs out, right? Going, oh, climate change, climate action now.
An Extinction Rebellion activist by the name of Blaze Lily Wallace, right?
Is that her name?
Yeah. Blaze Lily Wallace stabbed her boyfriend to death as he pleaded, I love you. And she killed him.
What was he under the influence of?
Oh, if she's under the influence of that, he probably was as well. But
I'm not gonna lie to you. If somebody's towering over me with a knife, I'm not gonna tell them I love them. I'm gonna say, "Bitch, you crazy."
Put the knife down.
Put the knife down.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, there you go. There you go. So anyway, that's that covers that. So no laughing matter, but shocking. Shocking, not shocking. You know.
Yeah, shocking and not shocking at the same time, right? Because first of all, these people are absolutely off their tree. They are out of their tree insane. These Extinction Rebellion activists. They're pliable because obviously they're being fed a load of bull crap and being used for for other people's agendas, because let's face it, the people at the tops of these organizations, they don't go out and do all these crap, you know, like just stop all protests and stuff like that. They're sitting there, they sit and tweet and say, look what we sent our useful idiots to do. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, they do.
They do. But thirdly, you just look at them and you know, especially the XR ones, you know there's a hell of a lot of narcotics going through that sea of people. You just know it. It's very easy to tell, especially, like I say, when they're walking around London with their tits out, going, "Oh, look at me! I've got them out for climate change. That's why. Don't. It's not because I want attention. Because I don't. It's not because I want attention or anything. It's climate change."
Okay, are you quite finished?
I feel really, really hyper.
You just Yeah, I think you should be feeling quite dirty after what you've just done.
Wash yourself off, you dirty girl.
Right. Anyway, yes, I know. I wish you would cover yourself more.
You tell it to get cooler here, and I will.
Oh, you're always moaning. It's either too hot or too cold. You're a typical Englishman. Just deal with it. Deal with it, man. Right. On that point,
Sophie
climate
wants
change.
to know if hers were as big as mine. I'm like maybe an A cup.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, scientists are surprised.
Harold, it did.
Scientists are surprised that the Earth is receiving more energy than we thought from that great glowing orb in the sky.
Scientists are surprised.
Yeah, so I think they really need to think about updating their models. And see, this is the problem. All their climate models are based on us producing the stuff when actually it's probably coming from that great glowing orb in the sky that we call the sun.
Suggesting for over 2 years now on this show.
Yeah, Well, we have been suggesting that the great glowing orb in the sky, which we don't see much of up here, may have something substantial to do with it. I'm not saying it's the total cause, but it might be.
Shalini says apparently the EU support gates with blocking out the sun. Right now, let me pose a question to you, John. Right. First of all, Mr. Burns, right? Who's seen that episode of The Simpsons?
Yeah,
Mr. Burns, he gets his
I've
big
seen that,
sunshade blocking
yeah.
out the sun.
Yeah.
Right. But second of all, if they're surprised that all of this is coming from the sun, why would they want to block out the sun?
Because they don't want the planet to get too hot.
Or they're not surprised, they knew it all along, and they think maybe if we block out the sun, a little bit less energy will turn up.
There's always that. See, apparently what we've done is, so here's the latest, right, the climate change debacle. So what we've been doing is we've inadvertently been geoengineering for many, many years by producing pollution that has reduced the effect of the sun, right, which has kept us cooler.
Yeah.
Right? And now that we've stopped producing as much pollution, we're getting warmer because we're not keeping ourselves as cool, because we're letting the sun's rays come through. So
exactly.
That all leads back to, we don't have an actual clue about what we're doing.
Look, these people cannot predict tomorrow's weather accurately.
I know.
Why would anybody trust their models for 100 years in the bloody future? Why?
I mean, there's so, right, I mean, Vaughn says Milankovic cycles, but there's so many cycles as well, because you've got your orbit, which changes because it's not a perfect circle. You've got, there's just so many different things all to take into account. The whole thing's ridiculous. Yeah. And you know what? When the temperature on Earth goes up a little bit and you look at the solar system and you find that the temperature on the other planets is also increasing, then you might think, well, it's maybe not just us, unless there happens to be groups of people on all these other planets, burning oil and whatever, driving about in their Venusian cars or their Mars rovers. Have we put that many rovers on Mars that we're producing warming effects? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Remember, guys, if you're watching this and you're enjoying this, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done already. And the most important thing you can do, share this out. Hit that share button. And we'll talk about becoming a citizen of Veradora a bit later. What you got for me now, John?
Well, what I have for you now is... I'm going to continue with the solar storm business, right? Because we got hit by a solar storm over the last couple of nights. Been a coronal mass ejection, and we've got hit by the solar wind. And they thought they predicted a class 1 intensity solar storm, which is the lowest.
Right.
And we got a class 3 because the Earth's magnetic field has kind of been dropping quite a lot. And there's a good chance that we're going to get a pole reversal at some point, which could cause issues. I'm not saying it would. I'm not saying it would go swimmingly, but it might cause a few issues. So we got a class 3, which caused the aurora borealis to be seen as far south as Arizona.
I would like to have seen the aurora borealis.
Well, Arizona's on a par with Greece, so it's
I tell you, one of the things I really want to do is go to Norway. I really want to go to Norway, and I want to go and see the aurora borealis. I
wanted to see the aurora borealis because we were up far enough in Sweden to have seen it, but it never stopped bloody raining.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I do. I remember. And damn it. At the end of the day.
Yeah, I was not happy.
It must be a breathtaking thing to see, and I'm not really a person who really likes nature all that much.
Yeah.
I prefer a brick-built place and a roller coaster for my experience, but it's just one of those things I think I would love to see. Shalini says she's been to Norway but didn't see any aurora. Dreadeye went fishing in Norway. Trudy says my nephew's lived in Norway for over 8 years. He loves it. It looks lovely. It looks like a wonderful country. It really does. It's the same with Denmark. You know, I'd love to go over and visit Denmark.
Denmark's nice.
Yeah.
Sweden's nice.
Shalini says Norway is beautiful, went up the fjord. Well, maybe one day we'll actually make some money off this show and I'll be able to afford to go to one of these places.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? But, you know, we'll continue. We'll keep on keeping on.
Yeah. So again, we don't have a clue what's happening in the solar system. So how the hell are we going to sort out ourselves on this ball of mud? We can't. We don't have a clue what we're doing. It's just a shot in the dark. That's all it is. So speaking of shot in the dark, China and Russia were having joint military exercises in the Arctic and sent some ships on patrol quite close to Alaska, and the Yanks went off their tits, didn't they? We're sending boats, we're sending warships. So they sent up 4 warships and a plane to keep tabs on these guys. Now, can I just point out, when America steams the 6th Fleet Battle Group through the Straits of Taiwan, right?
Yep.
It's freedom of navigation, right?
Yep.
When Russia and China sail past Alaska, it's provocation of the most dangerous type.
Look, it's the world police, baby. The world police.
Yeah, that's the world police.
Team America. Team America. America. Fuck yeah. Coming again, save the motherfucking day, yeah.
So, speaking of that, it's been revealed apparently that North Korea hacked the network of the Missile Design Bureau of Russia.
North Korea is literally nobody's friend, are they?
Sorry?
I was saying North Korea is literally nobody's friend, are they?
Well, right, hold on. This goes on all over the world, right? Do you think that the British don't spy on the Americans don't spy on us?
We do.
Yeah, because it's not all sweetness and light. But anyway,
of course it's not.
Apparently after they'd been in there for about 6 months or something, they then produced changes to their missile systems. Which made them much more efficient. So it looks like the Soviets have effectively given them a leg up. That'll please Team America World Police no end.
Oh yeah.
No, it won't.
Oh yeah.
No, it won't.
Oh yeah. Oh. Do you know what, John?
Ben.
I said it at the beginning of the show.
What?
And my throat continues to hurt. And you know, actually, why I think I'm a bit more animated today, because I'm just trying to talk through it. And so.
You pick your nose much?
No.
Apparently, people that pick their nose are more likely to get COVID. Who comes up with such nonsense?
I can see the logic.
How can you see the logic?
Because you are placing the finger within the nasal cavity. And if the SARS-CoV-2 happens to be in the air, and now you've got it on your finger and you place it within the nasal cavity, it's like I imagine someone who sucks their thumb is also more likely to get the coup.
Listen, you know what? Why? People, the cold still exists. People still get the cold, Why does everybody automatically now think they've got something else when basically they're just getting the cold?
I'll tell you why. Because people don't understand that a cold is not, never has been a virus. A cold is a set of symptoms. That's what we call a cold. So it's your sore throat, your runny nose. Mm-hmm. You kind of sound like this.
No, but so it's COVID. That's just a set of symptoms as well.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you is this. That is not one single thing. That can be caused by a coronavirus, a rhinovirus, or an adenovirus.
Or maybe even just a detoxing of your body.
Yeah, but you don't know which one of these things it is.
Indeed.
And all the time, your cold is pretty much the same each time, You've got a cold. You get 3 colds in the space of 3 months, for example, and each one of them could have been caused by something completely different, but it feels the same, and you don't know.
So we're now
people
on
don't
to
understand that.
Yeah, no, we're now on to cold remedies, right? In the chat, fresh lemon soothes a sore throat, says Dread Eye. Well, what we used to get as kids was a knob of butter rolled in sugar, and suck on that, baby.
That sounds like it tastes absolutely fantastic.
Or, and this was prescribed by the doctor, right? Just give him a hot toddy. So that's whiskey warmed up with lemon and honey in it.
Well, for other things, like, for example, my grandmother, not the one that's still alive, the one that was passed away, was prescribed Guinness. Yeah. She was prescribed Guinness.
Stout, yeah.
Yeah.
To build her up.
Guinness a day keeps the doctor away. They used to say it in their advertising, and it turns out it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of true. It's weird the things that people get or have been prescribed. I would like to just address Spencer in the chat right now, because no, Spencer, I, as Liz Truss, as your 3-week Prime Minister, did not always sound like I had a cold.
She did.
I don't know what you're talking. I know she did.
She did.
I sound like this, Spencer. I talk like this all the time. And you have to kind of block up the inside of your nasal cavity to do that. And sounds like you got a cold. You are right. You are right. Tony says, when I was teething, my grandma suggested whiskey on the gums. Well, that's what all of our grandmas suggested for our kids, obviously. But you can't do that anymore because obviously that's...
Why? Hello? Hello, Ben. There he goes. Bye, Ben. Bye-bye, Ben. Come back to us, Benny boy. Oh, good grief. Yes, he's frozen. It wouldn't be Chasing Descent if he hadn't froze. I haven't frozen, have I? Yeah, he's off. He's off. I mean, this is his 1 gigabit connection. It's doing well, isn't it? Yeah, more speed, less haste. Anyway, yeah, that was GCHQ saying, how dare you mock a former Prime Minister? Yeah, just as well his boob wasn't showing. That'd get us struck off, wouldn't it? Yeah, right. Anyway, what shall we talk about now? What shall we talk about now? Apparently there's more CMEs coming, so if it's clear tonight, have a look north and see if you can see some Aurora Borealis. Oh God, he's dropped out completely because you now can see my camera. My goodness, look at the state of my hair. I really need to get a haircut. Now, are you coming back, Ben? Let me just send him a quick message. Right, so let's move on. Apparently Antifa are intending to shut down the Sturgis gathering. So I don't know if you know Sturgis. It's a town in South Dakota. I think it's in South Dakota. And yes, it's where they have this massive rally of mainly Harleys. So yeah, it's a biker convention, and Antifa are going to try and shut it down. Now, when I say a massive rally, I mean thousands and thousands of bikers. This is not the kind of thing that you probably want to try and shut down with a few soy boys. You know, it's just not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Where are we now? So, did we see the Ukrainians replacing their former Soviet Union what would you call it, emblem that was on their motherland statue or whatever, with the Ukrainian trident, because it is important to make sure that you've got the right symbols when you're in a fight for your life, isn't it? You got to make sure that you've replaced those symbols. Oh, his laptop has crashed, apparently. Yeah, I told him. I did tell him, don't buy a laptop, buy a desktop. But no, he had to go and buy a laptop. Yeah, they have turned it into a nice big target. Ukraine just... See, I don't quite understand it, right? Because all these people that support Ukraine and stand with them don't seem to understand that Russian doctrine is quite specific. If they, and Putin said this, he said that they are in an existential fight. And if Ukraine win, that means that Russia will apply their doctrine, which at that point is to say, well, it's not worth living if we can't exist as Russia. Therefore, we'll push the button. And this is the thing that people don't seem to understand. They'll do it. They will do that because they won't. I mean, look at them in Stalingrad and the Second World War. These people don't give up. So, really, I just don't understand people that don't think about the bigger picture. It's like, why can't you just step back and think about it? But hey, did you ever attend the Bulldog Bash? No, I never did attend the Bulldog Bash because that wasn't a Harley rally. That was a kind of non-denominational one. I tended to stick with just Harley ones. What do you mean kill my other cam? I can't kill my other cam. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, he says he's coming back. If I kill my... yeah, so there, if I kill my other cam, you wouldn't have seen him. Here it comes. Steady on, hello? People. Oh, here it comes. Why would you want me to kill my other cam?
Because it would have killed the frame.
No, if I kill my other cam, then you'd come back huge and nobody would see you.
Oh, okay. Hold on. How are we? We there?
Yeah.
Hold on. I think my focus is out. About there, I'd say. There we go. Sorry about that, people. My laptop just froze. Don't know what happened. Just froze. I tried to get it back and it wouldn't come back, so then I just force restarted it.
Yeah. Great.
And it's back.
Just great. So there we go.
Wouldn't be an episode of Chasing Descent without technical difficulties.
No, it wouldn't be. Pardon me. Right, DOJ, the Department of Justice in America, indicts a Biden whistleblower. And what we always said about being a whistleblower, i.e. don't be one, because nothing ever... No, I mean, they tell you to blow the whistle on things that are going wrong, and yet when people come out as whistleblowers, they end up getting the jail. So this guy, who came out of hiding to expose Joe Biden, has now been indicted.
Yeah, no, they were trying to get him in the jail before he got in front of Congress. They were trying to get him in jail before then. Of course, he's going to be indicted. Remember, people, Donald Trump is always indicted or prosecuted or arrested or something one day after something happens with Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So some kind of Joe Biden scandal occurs, and then literally 24 hours later, they're raiding Mar-a-Lago. It's done to take the focus off of Joe Biden. And that's why Vaughan says, get a desktop, buy me one.
Well, listen, mate, you were told not to get another laptop, but you went ahead and got one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? You bought an upgraded model of the one that stopped working. Anyway, right. So where were we? What were we talking about there before?
I don't know. What were we talking about?
No, we're talking about that whistleblower chap and the Bidens.
Yeah, well, like I say, anytime, something comes out. I mean, look at that in the pre-roll. What you had in the pre-roll there. Come out with evidence that Joe Biden's done this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
What have you got to say about that? Bye. Bye.
His face said it all, because he went like that.
Of course it did. Of course it. I don't quite know how to answer this one. So yeah, that's the answer, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you say oops, Shalini. You say oops, but that's the first time it's actually crashed. So properly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Right, so apparently 2.8 million people in the UK have said they don't need the BBC licence anymore. Which is probably accurate, you know. I don't need a BBC licence. Never had one. Never.
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you all. That's how you do it. So, yes, it was plugged in, Andrew. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the way you win with these sorts of things is exactly this. Millions and millions of people just need to turn around and say, no, I'm not paying that. Not paying that. You know, you get these letters through, and they're addressed to the occupier because they don't know who lives in that house. And they say, will you be in on this date? Because we're coming for an enforcement visit. And you go, no, I don't think I will be. don't think I will be.
So, have you got your guitar handy?
Why?
Well, what do you normally play your guitar for?
Never done it. It's.
Oh God, what are you gonna play it on that? This could end horribly, people. Well, what is this?
The heavy metal version of Black Gary.
Is it? Okay. If you say so. Sounds awful.
Black Gary's Gap of the Week! 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 Oh, Gary! Oh, Gary! It's Gary!
So, so apparently Black Gary went into Marks and Spencer's food hall, and the shoppers gave him a standing ovation after his BBC suspension. I just don't believe it. I don't believe
Gary.
it. I don't believe you,
I don't
Gary.
believe you.
I think you're wrong.
I don't believe you.
I think you're a
Big full of
liar.
shit, Gary. Absolute ball bag.
Yeah. So, and he says that he was moved to tears by his match of the day colleagues.
I mean, like Trudy says, were they sitting down in the Marks and Spencers when he went in? And they all stood up, gave him that standing ovation. And go,
No,
well done, Gary.
No, I don't think anybody did anything. Oh, this was
Decades of struggle and persecution.
Yeah,
well
this
done,
wasn't
Gary.
recently. This was a few months ago. Remember when he got suspended?
I know. Yeah.
And then And he's also said that being called woke is a compliment, not an insult. Well, it would be for you, Gary. It would be.
Because he's a self-obsessed narcissist.
He is. He's a tad narcissistic. We covered Jeremy Vine's accident last time.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's more than a tad narcissistic, John.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. These people, they get way too big for their boots. They think,
do.
oh, I'm multi-millionaire. I got millions of people following me on Twitter. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Trudy says, I get hugs when I go to my M&S. Up yours, Gary.
So, the Niger deadline has passed. So the ECOWAS countries had given them a deadline to reinstate the deposed prime minister or president, and it's passed, and nothing's happened yet because apparently Wagner are standing by, and Prigozhin has actually come out and said things in support of them, and the African state of Niger has turned around and said, we really don't like France. We've never liked France. And we stand with Russia?
I'm not going to lie to you, right? And I'm going to tell you a secret here. And this is absolutely true, by the way. Not many people do like France.
Well, France isn't a bad country. It's just it's got bad leadership,
country.
Much like ourselves.
Yeah, France is a beautiful country. I actually think every time I drive across it, it's one of the most beautiful drives I've ever done. It is wonderful.
Really?
Even on the motorways. But even on the motorways.
Nah, you need to get out more. Italy is better, and then you get to Austria or Switzerland.
But I haven't been that far.
Austria and Switzerland just knock your socks off, mate.
I just simply haven't been that far.
Austria and Switzerland just knock your socks off.
You mean? I mean, in comparison to what we have here in the United Kingdom, it is just far, far superior in its natural beauty.
I don't know. Anyway. Scotland can be pretty nice as well.
Well, I haven't been up that far in a car. I haven't driven up there.
Yeah, well, you should try it.
Oh, well, it seems like a really, really long drive.
Well, it's further than Disneyland, yeah.
Yeah. Disneyland's about me limit at the moment. I've even taught myself how to go to Blackpool.
Have you? Why?
Yeah, too far.
Too far? What is Blackpool for you? 200 miles?
6 hours. 6 hours drive each way.
Yeah, okay.
Too far.
Right.
Can't be bothered.
So, so what's going to happen in Africa? Are we going to have civil war? Or?
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll be the breeding ground for Disease X.
Disease X, the unknown. So apparently, before we go into X, the unknown, $4,500 in fines Twitter got for the illegal X on the roof.
Yeah.
A mere bagatelle to someone of Musk's acumen.
Well, you say that.
Well, maybe not, eh?
Maybe not. If he actually follows through with what he's promised on social media, he could find himself very broke very quick.
Yeah, I know, because it seemed a rather rash thing to say. Well, having said that, when's he ever followed through on anything? Where's the amnesty? Huh? Hey, Ballbag, where's the amnesty?
It's a good question, that. Where's the amnesty? But still, he's made a statement by his own hand, presumably, on a public forum, which I guess anybody could now probably legally hold him to.
No, how can you? He's just shooting the shit. I mean, he said he was going to give an amnesty for everyone and he's never done it. He's just never done it.
Remember, he also said, well, we also think he could possibly be suing some of the British think tanks, like Stand Up to Racism and things like that. He's saying that he's gonna sue them, but he made a statement, and I want to get it right, so I'm just looking for it now.
If anyone had, Right, go on.
I'm going to read the tweet verbatim. He says, if you were unfairly treated by your employer due to posting or liking something on this platform, we will fund your legal bill. No limit. Please let us know.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. How do you let him know?
Well, yeah, he's already responding to some people.
Yeah.
Right? And
yeah,
you know what, he
like
will.
some people got an amnesty, didn't they? But other people didn't.
I'm sorry, I can't choose.
But you got half an amnesty because your other account's still blocked.
Yep, got half an amnesty. Got half an amnesty.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's a bullshitter. I mean, the guy's a fucking bullshitter. That's all there is to it. He says these things for clicks and giggles, and to make himself appear to be, almost a philanthropist. but he's not. He's just an arsehole. He really is. He's no different from the rest of them. Don't think he's a saviour. It's like, he's not a saviour. Trump's not a saviour. DeSantis isn't a saviour. Nobody's coming to save you. Unless you read The Fourth Turning. Or research The Fourth Turning and find out.
Here we go.
Who do you think it'll be? So.
Anyway, speaking of X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, it's now sharing a name with a new disease, isn't it, John?
Well.
Or a new theoretical disease.
One, I'm not calling it X because it's stupid, right? Mm-hmm. Because there's too many X's as there is in the world, right? So grow up, Elon, and stop being a twat, right? Just either do it or don't do it. The other thing is we're getting this kind of Yakarino effect where things are starting to go woke already, right?
Yeah, they're going the other way.
Yeah, so Twitter's going to go downhill again, right? So what's he going to do? Is he going to let it go downhill and then fire her? Or is he going to fire her now before it goes downhill too far? No, he's probably just going to let her run it into the ground, isn't he?
He'll let her run it. Do you really think he really cares about this platform?
No, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about the platform. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about anything. The only thing he cares about is going to Mars, yet he's too scared to go up in his own spaceship.
Yeah, he won't get on his own rocket. I mean, I give Jeff Bezos credit where credit's due. He got in his giant, massive phallus.
Yeah, Richard Branson
with Captain Kirk.
Branson went up in his. Up. So what's up, Elon? Not got the belief in your product?
Well,
maybe not.
There's the question.
Not going to get to Mars sitting in your arse in San Francisco making tweets.
Do you think Mars might be the site for Disease X?
I think Porton Down's the site for Disease X. That's probably where it's going to spring from.
Well, now we have to ask some questions here because Porton Down is obviously a secret government facility. Right?
Well, it's not secret. It's a. Everybody knows what it is. It's a research lab. It's a bioweapons and biochemical research lab. So
this concept, GOF, gain o function, right? Gain o function.
We shouldn't be doing it.
We must. Well, they must be doing it.
Yeah, surely. But nobody should be doing it. Why do you want to make viruses or diseases more virulent than they already are? Why would you want to artificially increase their toxicity, increase their ability? Idea. Why? There's only one reason for gain of function, and that's weaponized.
It's warfare.
Yeah.
It's warfare.
And biological and chemical warfare is against the Geneva Convention, and it's against everyone's, it's against the world and the UN's rules of war. So why are you mucking about with it?
Well, this is the thing, right? I go to this question because at Porton Down, they're claiming to be developing vaccines, right? They're claiming to be developing vaccines for what they call Disease X, which is a pandemic that doesn't exist.
Yeah, we're developing vaccines for a pandemic that doesn't exist, for a disease that doesn't exist, but we'll have them in 100 days.
So how on earth can they be developing something for something that doesn't exist, unless, of course, they create the something in order to That's the only way, surely. It's the only way.
You can't create a vaccine for something that doesn't exist. You just can't.
This is what I don't understand. How can they make these kind of statements and these kind of announcements?
Because somebody's actually said something stupidly out of turn, right? That exposes the point that, yeah, they are working with these things, and it's probably, as you said, they're probably mucking about with GOF, right?
They have to be.
Yeah, and you know what? There's always a chance, a troop of marauding monkeys can break in to a level 4 biolab and steal the samples. Remember that in India?
I mean, they are playing with fire. They are literally playing with fire.
Yeah, they are.
And I don't know how anybody can think this is a good idea. I don't know how anybody can think this is a good idea. It doesn't make any sense.
Nobody mentions the biolabs that Russia took out at the start of the special military operation.
We can't talk about that.
Can you not? Why? But
no,
the
God,
US.
Sorry, gods.
But the US said they admitted them.
Yeah, I know they did, but certain platforms won't let you talk about them.
All right, okay.
Can't talk about it. Sorry.
So you can't.
Sorry, gods.
You can't talk about the news.
No, you can't talk about some news. No, some news is more equal than others, right? Some news is more important than others.
Oh.
Yeah, we can talk about the lab in China.
Oh yeah, because that's China. Everybody's against China.
I just want to say a quick welcome to one of the other team members there. Cherie has arrived. The chasing scent wolf. She has arrived. She said sorry she's late. She's got a raging hangover. She's been drinking bourbon last night.
Yeah.
Someone of your size, I'm surprised that you got past one.
Anyway, right. So where were we?
Where were we? I'll tell you where we were. We were talking about Disease X and how bad of an idea it is to be.
So I mean, it's just more fear mongering, isn't it? It's just more, I mean, they're just piling the fear back on again, aren't they?
Of course they are, John. Of course they are. I want to read you a headline.
Go on.
Try not to laugh.
I'm trying.
I read it to him earlier, so. A British mother is left close to tears by Benidorm's chaotic sunbed wars as tourists swarm like ants to reserve lounges and force her family to sit under a water slide on their first day of their holiday. How is that news?
I don't think it is.
How is that a headline in the Mail?
Because it's a slow news day.
I don't think so. We've been at this nearly an hour and a half. Yeah, we have been taking the piss. But Trudy says it's cold outside. So Kaylee Tufts vowed never to return to Benidorm after nightmare holiday.
Why would you even want to go to Benidorm in the first place?
I want to go to Benidorm.
Right, okay. I know I'm going to regret this. Why do you want to go to Benidorm?
Because they've got loads and loads of water slides.
Oh, good grief.
I love water slides. I really like water slides.
Oh, good grief.
Look, while I've still got the ability to use my legs in some capacity, I like water slides. Okay? It's just a pet love of mine.
Okay.
Adam says all you can eat buffets. Sophie says never been and it's cheap. Andrew says Benidorm is shite. Cherie says I want to go to Benidorm to live the TV show. I've never seen it.
Never seen it.
Trudy says cheaper to go to Egypt. There's loads of water parks. There may well be loads of water parks in Egypt, but there's a higher chance of being killed. Much higher.
Wait, what? Ah? What?
In
from?
Egypt?
How?
Well, from people. John.
What? In water parks?
No, as in Egypt. Than there is in Benidorm.
Well, I don't
in general,
know.
John.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Look, when friends of mine who were wealthy went to Sharm el Sheikh, whenever they left the resort of Sharm el Sheikh, they went with armed guards.
Okay.
because it's dangerous.
Okay. So's walking through Fulham.
Stratford on a Friday night is quite
Stratford
dicey.
on Pont-Even?
No, as in Stratford in London.
All right, okay.
Where they are building, by the way, and full planning permission has been approved. They are building the second Madison Square Garden sphere in Stratford, East London. Do you know what that is, John?
Madison Square Garden?
So Madison
From
Square
New York?
Garden have... Yes, so they've just built a second venue in Las Vegas, right, called the MSG Madison Square Garden Sphere. And it is the world's largest spherical structure, and the entire thing is covered in LED panels from top to bottom.
Okay.
Right? So it's like it's the biggest LED screen in the world around the entire building, and then there's one on the inside that wraps around the inside of the venue as well. It's going to be amazing to see something in there. They have just given full planning permission to clone that in Stratford in East London.
Somebody will break it.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's going to take them 3 years to build it. It's been approved. So Madison Square Garden is coming to Stratford in East London.
And what kind of events will they have in it?
Well, right now they've designed their own special camera system that makes content for the screen, right? The one inside. And right now they're going to be doing specialized, videos and big shows inside that show off the technology that they've built for this venue. It's like insane. And musical acts and things like that will be able to come and perform there and use the screen and the sound system. And yeah, basically it's a giant arena. It's a giant venue it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. Cherie wants to know if she can ask a question not related to this topic. Yeah, of course you can. Go on in. Stick it in the chat. We were actually talking about you just before the show. And we were saying we need to get you on this week. So, yeah. Go ahead. You stick a question in the chat. You feel free. John, are you there?
Yes.
Well, you were sitting still.
Sorry. Am I not allowed to sit still?
Well, I thought you'd frozen. I thought you turned into a TikTok NPC. You're about to go, roses, 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 roses.
That's like the thing I sent you this morning. The meme thing, remember? Ben with his Coke.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. With his Red Bull. Yeah, with his Red Bull. The little guy with the Red Bull.
I feel terrible. I feel terrible faster.
Don't worry, Cherie. You're all good. You're coming in. You're coming in. And like CJ says in the chat, sitting still is banned. CJ, you are absolutely correct.
Sitting still is banned. Anyway,
so
remember,
if you are who I think you are, then welcome.
But remember, people, we're working on a value for value model here. And we're trying to give you value and stay awake.
Is it that you're tired?
I'm quite tired. I don't know why. But remember that you can donate to us at Ko-fi here or on Patreon, or you can even do things like super chats and stuff like that in YouTube as well. This is preferred because they take less of a cut. We get more cash that way. And you can also send us stuff if you really need to, but
yeah, just give us a message and we'll give you.
Don't send flags. I don't have any room left.
He needs at least 15 more flags. Make sure he gets at least 15 more
don't send
flags. But yes, Cherie, you will be on this week. There is your answer.
Play what? What have we to play, Sophie? What do you want me to play?
We just need your cash.
Your cash. We just need cash.
I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
There we go. He got there in the end.
Sorry. I'm not in my best form tonight, am I, chaps? I'm really not.
No, do you know what? I think that might be time.
Yeah, I've got one story left.
Go on and give it to me, baby.
Imagine you're sitting in your plane in Saudi Arabia, awaiting to take off. And the captain comes over the tannoy and goes, "I'm sorry, there has been a delay to the flight, people. The bear has broken out of its crate in the luggage hold and is wreaking havoc. We're awaiting a man coming to subdue it."
True story.
I have questions.
True story.
I have questions. Why are they flying a bear around?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with, objectively, there's nothing wrong with flying a bear around, okay? Because they do it all the time. They move them from zoo to zoo, country to country, whatever. However, why was it on a passenger plane?
And a crate in the luggage hold.
In the luggage hold, a brown bear in a crate in the luggage hold. Was it to go to a zoo or was it some guy's bloody pet?
There was a guy petting it as well. Did you see that? The guy put his hand in and petted it. It was absolutely crazy.
Do you know what? Have you seen the video going around of the guy? The guy's got his pet bear and he's just brushing its teeth. He's just sticking its hand in its mouth and brushing its teeth. Some of these people are insane.
Yeah, there was a guy with an alligator the other day, and he was like, "This is my friend," and people go, "Oh, look, he loves you because he can put his head, right on the alligator," and he goes, "The only reason he doesn't bite me is because I know how to approach him and where to stand." He says, "If I did like that," and he goes like that, just went to tap it on the nose, and he had to move his hand like that because the thing went ka-chunch. And it's like, I just wouldn't be there. No, I'm not getting in the water when there's alligators.
Old World Hastings, which is only one town over from me, actually, says, "Run for your lives, he's loose."
Imagine if it got through the floor and went nuts in the cabin.
Well, this is it. The
eating all the
floors of
snacks.
airplanes aren't very strong, are they?
Oh, they're strong enough to knock through like a 4-inch steel framed building, aren't they? And knock it to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, let's say I saw a video once of a guy who's got a pet hippo. I literally a pet hippo comes trundling into the house, comes and sits on the couch.
Hippos kill more people than lions in Africa.
Yeah,
hippos is like the world's most dangerous creature.
I tell you, people have gone nuts. People are nuts. Says the man sitting in a beer shirt with a Union Jack hat on his head.
Yeah, people have gone nuts.
And it's a batter moustache.
Oh, so yeah.
Fucking hell, there's 28 people watching this.
Bloody hell. Really?
Yeah.
20 what?
Now.
I only see 23.
I see 27 concurrent viewers right now. Hello. Really nice to see you.
Well, with that, it's been great.
No, but honestly, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And if you've liked the show, give it a like. And what we really, really, really appreciate is the share button, because you share it out, you tell people we're here, tell people to come and join us. I'm not sure whether there will be a show tomorrow night as of yet on this channel. I still have to confirm with my guest, who has been a little bit, busy, especially because of the Jab for Freedom Festival, which we're going to have a good chat about if he does come on. So I'll confirm that in the morning over on Twitter, and I'll put a community post out as well over here. I'll probably be live on The Real Review on the other channel tomorrow, building a Lego set. I'm going to build the Lego Haunted Mansion to tie in with the release of the movie.
Be riveting.
Hold
on. There's a Haunted Mansion movie.
It's coming out on Friday.
Who's in it? What's it about? Okay, it's about a Haunted Mansion. Yeah.
Well, it's obviously based on the ride. Right? The Haunted Mansion, the Disney ride.
The one that doesn't exist anymore.
No, it does exist.
The Haunted Mansion ride exists.
The Haunted Mansion, Oh yeah, in California, Disneyland, Disney World in Florida, Tokyo Disneyland, and then there's a version of it called Phantom Manor in Paris.
Right. Okay. Right. So they're gonna make a movie based on a ride.
Well, that's what the Pirates of the Caribbean is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a movie based on a ride.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, they're bringing it out on Friday. It's starring Rosario Dawson, Danny DeVito's in it, Owen Wilson's in it. But
who's Rosario Dawson?
What's the best way to describe Rosario Dawson? She's that woman who you would probably recognise in absolutely pretty much everything these days, but you just can't quite peg her.
Okay. You can't peg her, did you say?
I mean, that might have been a poor choice of words.
I think that might have been. That reminds me of that guy who tweeted out, who made a message the other day. What was it? You know, that feeling when she's giving it to you and the sweat drips on your back. How does that work?
Well, I mean,
I immediately thought that's got to be Kate and Prince William.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
no. I want to say, I watched that movie last night that I think it was Militant Mushroom that suggested it. Dead Men's Shoes.
He called me up last night, right? He called me up and he was really drunk.
Anyway, I watched Dead Men's Shoes and I quite enjoyed it. It was good. It was good. And it was a bit like, well, I'm not going to say in case you haven't seen it, but it was worth watching. Although I meant to check, is it based on a true story? Because it said at the end it was in memory of, one of the people that was in the movie.
Yeah, but lots of films are in memory of people that were in the movie because they died either during production or before the release.
No, yeah, I know, but the person that was in memory of was a named character in the movie.
Ah, fair enough. And Vaughan is absolutely correct. She did indeed do As to Mouth in Clerks 2, Rosario Dawson. Yeah, she did.
I don't think I've seen Clerks 2.
I mean, she didn't perform it on camera. She just spoke about it. But yes, absolutely true. On that note, I hope you guys have enjoyed it tonight. Wonderful amount of viewers have come in tonight, so I really, really do appreciate it. Hand on heart.
Okay.
If you, yeah, well, I do. I appreciate them. I appreciate every last damn one of them.
Yeah, thanks, Martin.
We'll see you for sure on Wednesday.
Wednesday, when you better have done your homework. Remember
something about the fourth turning.
The fourth turning. I want to know. I'll be taking notes, and I'll be marking cards if you haven't done your homework. So,
I'm not even going to remember.
With that, I'd like to thank you all for attending this Chasing Descent Live with me, John, and with Ben. It's been great. For you. Oh.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.